A way to get a negotiated agreement signed. One of Dr. Cialdini's friends is a divorce lawyer, running between separate rooms in which each of the parties are situated to avoid anger and confrontation. She works out the agreement details with the parties in the hope to avoid costly court cases. Too often, an agreement would be largely finalized except for one small issue which it shouldn't get stuck on, only to have the parties dig in their heels and no agreement is reached. The negotiations get stuck. When asked what she would usually say when presenting the proposed agreement, she said that she would come into the room and say, "All you have to do is agree with this proposal and we will have a deal." A small change was suggested. Instead, she should try to say, "We have a deal. All you have to do is agree to this proposal." Several months after, this friend told Dr. Cialdini that the change had produced a major improvement in outcomes. She said it worked every time. When Dr. Cialdini said, "Come on, every time?" she put his hand on his arm and said, "Bob, every time." Whilst we should be skeptical of a 100% success rate, this was clearly a small change with a big result. Now, why did Dr. Cialdini suggest this change? And what psychological trigger explains its success? Let me tell you. Before I do, you and I can have a deal. I invest a lot of time and money researching these pearls of wisdom to give to you. We script the information, we set up to record. I do about 4 or 5 takes per video, then we edit, we upload. Hours go into one video. The deal I'd like to propose is that in return, you hit the like button on all videos that you learned something from or were entertained by, to show your appreciation and to spur us on to keep making more. And if you don't want to miss one, you should of course follow this channel if you wish. So, we have a deal if you hit that like button. So, why did the text change work in the negotiations? The principle at work here is scarcity. There are just 7 principles in total. When we realize that we stand to lose something, it makes us want it more. By saying, "Sign this and we have a deal," the deal in their mind doesn't exist yet. And so there is no scarcity evident in the situation. By truthfully highlighting that in practical terms, the deal did exist and it's yours, it's just missing a signature. The deal did exist and now by not signing it, they would lose it. A subtle change, powered by ethical persuasion knowledge with a big impact.